Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebar2go.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today we have a special show from the ABV Barrel Shop Tasting Bar where we're going to be rating the regulars, our most popular thing that we do here at the Tasting Bar. We do it once a month and we are going to have a new list today. You're going to join us for this journey. Should be fun. My name is Steve. I'm joined with Darren and Jim here at the bar. What's going on, guys?
How we doing, Steve?
Hey, y'all.
Good, good. So this is going to be fun. Everybody looks forward to this, right?
Yeah.
And there's times when they want us to do this and we don't get to it quick enough. And it's just, the schedule gets in the way. So this is always a little bit fluid when we do this. And it's actually a couple days after the month. What is today's date? I don't even know.
Like
8th?
8th. So we're going to do so whoever was in September, you just got bonus days. You got bonus days. It's the 9th when we record this. So you got some bonus days in here. So congratulations to you. We will be creating a new list though. So we'll get to that stuff after the break. For right now, Darren said there's something you want to talk about. What is that, Darren?
So Mark Cuban owns the
You want to start again?
the trademark rights for City of Champions.
Okay.
And so anytime that like multiple sports teams win a championship, they have to pay him to put Tampa Bay City of Champions on there and stuff. What in the what phrase in the bourbon industry would you most like to own the intellectual properties of?
Bottled and bond.
Small batch.
Yeah, some of those. I wonder if anybody owns those, or once it gets used by enough companies, it becomes public domain. Everybody can use it.
Yeah.
You don't have to pay any sort of royalty on it or anything like that. The interesting one is Bourbon Capital. That Bardstown goes by, because I don't think there's any scenario where they're the bourbon capital other than it's a cool place. They don't produce the most whiskey. They don't have the most distilleries housed there. They don't have. There's nothing other than some great history there, I guess. But and the first to come up with the idea of calling themselves that. I mean, it really should be. It should just be the state of Kentucky as the bourbon capital of the world. That should be what it is, I think. If you had to do a city, I think it has to be Louisville. I mean, that's where most of them are headquartered at, including Heaven Hill. They have. Most people don't even know. Heaven Hill doesn't make any whiskey in Bardstown. Now they will soon. They put in the still recently, but other than that, that's all just for show. What you see down there is just for tours and stuff like that. They're making everything in Louisville actually at their Bernheim distillery. So I think that would be a good one. I don't know, Jim. Do you have any ideas? The things that you'd like to own the trademark to in the world of bourbon?
Without having thought about this ahead of time, it's kind of a tough one for me.
I didn't think about it ahead of time either.
So
you don't even have an answer?
I have one.
I'll let you go first.
Go
I'll
ahead.
See if I can think of anything
It's
else.
some wording of the proofs in the pour, or like proof and pours, and like you have the proof is in the pour. And I think never mind. I just thought of that.
Oh, yeah, that's going to go far. That's
so you're going to make a ton of money off of that.
Yeah.
Trademarking that one there.
Oh, man, everybody's going to want shirts
I'm
with that
thinking
on there.
more for the bar scenes and stuff. That like, hey, this is good. Like
You
as
can't,
a
you can't stop a
statement.
bartender from saying the proof is in the pour and charge them money for it.
Right.
They'd have to post it or use it in
Right.
advertising or some version of that. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know what's.
Yeah, that literally came into my head right before I started talking. Like started that sentence.
Right.
That's when it came into my head.
I don't even know the rules. Like what? So Mark Cuban owns that. So, and again, when I think of City of Champions, it's not just like the hockey team wins it, and then you're like, we're the City of Champions. It has to be like multiple sports teams
Yeah.
from that city win it to then start talking about we are the City of Champions. And then if a newspaper uses it, do they get in trouble for that?
I think.
I mean, obviously, if you print T-shirts, I can get that where he's like, well, I own that. What falls under that kind of stuff?
Yeah, I don't know about the newspaper thing because they're not directly making money off of that one headline. Per se. I mean, they kind of are.
Yeah, it's helping them sell the paper.
Right.
I don't have a clue how any of that stuff works. It's crazy to me that you can own phrases like that.
Yeah.
Right. There's somebody who for a while, and again, maybe it was all a scam. I don't know. But there was somebody for a while that was going to people who on Instagram were saying, Thirsty Thursday, saying, I own that trademark. That's mine. You cannot use that. And if you do, you're going to have to pay me. Now, is that a good scam? I mean, well, what's a good scam or not? You should do no scams, by the way. But people who scam, that could be a thing, I guess. But is anybody really going to pay? I think everybody gave the guy the middle finger emoji that he did that. I mean,
but I would be surprised if someone owned that because that's like a big thing.
How do you enforce it, though?
That's the problem, I think.
Can you even enforce these things? If I say next year the Cardinals and the Blues win, and I'm like, St. Louis is a City of Champions, they can't come after me individually, right? I mean, if I just say it on a social media post,
But you couldn't put it on a T-shirt or.
But this guy was literally going to people and saying you can't do that.
So I heard an interview with Cuban where he was talking about this. And it's when they release it's for the T-shirts mostly.
T-shirts.
And if they don't pay him, he sues them for their T-shirt sales, basically, is how I would guess it works.
Which what a jackass thing, because the guy's already a multi-billionaire. Does he really have to go after some guy trying to make some money, make some T-shirts at a local business in a small town? I mean, oh my God. That's the lesson here is don't be a jackass. If you're already a billionaire, quit suing people for nickels and dimes to you.
Yeah, this is true. But, unfortunately, that's how you become a billionaire, and you just keep... I mean, what's the great thing about being a billionaire is you get staff to do all this shit for you. It's not like Cubans like, oh, look at what they just did out in Seattle or whatever. No, you got people who are paid then to do that shit for you, and it's all happening, and you're just getting the revenue coming in from it. Yeah. You don't even know. Cuban probably doesn't even know when a city gets sued. It's just part of a big business that is Mark Cuban and anybody else like him.
It's a line on his accounting, thing.
Right.
It says City of Champions and has a dollar amount on his accounting.
Yeah. That's crazy to think about. All right. Well, on that note, it is time to drink. No cork pop today. We are drinking something special. Royce Neely got me a sample of A.H. Hirsch. I'm not sure we got it. Of course, he is a big fan of the great Dick Stoll. Dick Stoll made this. So we've got some 22-year-old Michters. It's the same recipe that was utilized to make the famous A.H. Hirsch. That 16-year-old Hirsch that people say is the best whiskey in the world. Well, we've got the same thing. It didn't come out under A.H. Hirsch or anything like that, but we've got 22-year-old Michters utilizing that exact same mash bill. So interesting stuff to try. We're pleased to have this taste here. And let's see what we got. We just had a small sample bottle. We divided it up into 3 ways, so we don't have a lot. So let's give it a try. Cheers, guys.
Oh, there's a lot of flavor on that nose.
God dang.
Yeah, that's really good. Sweet, marshmallow-like tones on it. It's certainly, now we've just had it open for a little bit here. It could use a little time to open up. It tastes like a funky dusty, but it's spicy, it's sweet. There's certainly, you get the rye notes in there. And the toasted marshmallows is what I'm sure.
It's everywhere.
It's toasted marshmallows. So
a little smoke.
Yeah, a little smoke. So fun stuff, really cool, and we thought we'd go ahead and share that with you guys. We'd have this on we could have just sat here and drank it, but we thought, we'll put it out there. So cool stuff. Thanks to Buddy Royce Neely for getting this and looping us in on it. Good, very good stuff. All right.
Thank you, Royce.
Yeah, thank you, Royce.
That's very good.
What we'll do next, we'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, it is going to be time to rate the regulars. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. We're also sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop focuses exclusively on barrel picks. It's the job of owners Steve Akeley and Jim Fosnot to seek out distilleries that are making the best whiskey in the world, taste through their barrels, and select the ones that are off-profile in the best way possible. They have high standards and refuse to allow anything into their store other than something they would be proud to have their name on. This leads to some really awkward conversations with distilleries that can't make it, but they do it for you, their customers. Learn more about what is going on at their St. Louis-based store by heading over to abvbarrelshop.com. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com.
I'm Ryan Thompson, and I am a billionaire, and KK will get none of my whiskey, and I enjoy my single malt scotch. You're listening to the Bourbon Daily. Pendleton, where's my caviar?
All right, everybody, welcome back. We are here. This is our list, so we have to draw from this list. If they got left off and it was just an error because we forgot someone, so be it. Once we throw out this 20, this is what we have to draw from. So, number 1, Mike Folk. 2, new guy. The new guy is, that's what we just know him as. So
Yeah.
Kathy Cool has a new boyfriend, and he just goes by new guy here. So we're not really bothering to learn his name till once we are confident the relationship sticks.
Yeah.
Yeah, because she could walk in here tomorrow and be like, oh, the new guy's gone. And we're just like, oh, well, we don't want to
call him temporary guy. We call him new guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Clayton Seebacher, the reigning number 1, is here. He's planning. Well, he kind of felt he was going to drop off, and we'll see how that plays in. He had a kid, and famously he came up here. His wife was going into labor. Turned out to be false labor, but he stopped in here on the way to the hospital. I can't imagine telling my wife, "Hey, I'm going to make a quick stop," and she's like, "Oh, I wonder what he needs. Is it medication? Is there something he needs?" What? And then he pulls in here. That had to be an interesting conversation. Spencer, the Modicas, Miramonte, Van Scoik, Kathy Cool, Kyle Neely, the Hatches, James Kelly, and Clint Lee. They just actually saw the other day that they were up there. Chris Schott. He's been coming on strong. Josh Dale's been dying to get on this thing. Kristen Wall, Evan Needers, Tony Vitale making a nice little comeback after disappearing quite a bit. Or when he was here, he was such a sad sack. It was tough to rank him and all. So.
And Cop Ken making a comeback as the next
one. Cop Ken
is
on the list as well. And then Jody Stone. Steinkamp kind of making a comeback. At least he's made the top 20 here. And Wayne Van Sluis. All right. Number 1 spot is up for grabs. Who is number 1? Does anyone want to make a case? Who might number 1 be?
There's a lot of worthy people. I'm gonna throw it out there just because he makes me laugh every time he's here. But he's never been in the top 10, and he wrote himself in at number 11.
Chris Schott. Chris Schott.
He's here at least once a week. He's been here twice a week the last couple of weeks.
Yeah.
He's always entertaining.
Slept with your ex-wife.
Yep, that's a true story.
Oh, God.
I wasn't going to throw that on the air, but thanks, Darren.
Yeah, Darren's got that out there now. It's out there for the world. So, all right. Chris Schott. Hey, buddy, you just made number 1. How about that? All right. Well, I want to shake it up at number 2. I think Mike Folk, he was actually just here, and he's been coming in a lot. And he's always talking something with us, and just a good guy in general. And Folk is going to be number two. Number two.
Man, it's an upset month already.
It is. These are two people who haven't been on there before, as far as I know. They've been talked about, but haven't made the list. All right. What do you think? Darren, we'll let you pick one here.
I think Spencer needs to be high up on this list. He brought us pork chops and mac and cheese this month.
Was this cycle? Was it this cycle?
Yeah, it was this cycle for that.
Yeah. He's been absent here recently, but he's been traveling again. So, yeah, he's been out using that new camper, I guess, while the weather's still holding up. So, all right. Okay. Anybody we want to talk about, or anybody like, no, this person needs to go in at number 4? I think Nieders should be in the discussion. Van Sluis.
Nieders did get cheated last month.
Josh Dale. Nieders?
Yeah, I'm okay with Nieders. He got ripped off last month.
Okay. Evan Nieders makes a strong comeback. Nieders comes in at number 4. Number 5. What are you guys thinking? Number 5. Kathy Cool?
It's hard for me not to say Kathy. I was going to throw that out there. She's been in a bunch here lately. She's always entertaining.
Yeah.
I was just hoping to put new guy ahead of her.
But she deserves to be number 5. She's a great customer of ours. And again, she doesn't live close. I mean, yeah, she's making an effort to get down here.
Yeah, last time she was here, she had to a work event.
Right. Number 6. Now, and here's where this fucker got us. Here's where he got us. Van Scoik, I think, would be an easy one to push out. He had a great month out over everything else. But then he came in knowing that at some point his time's going to be up. He came in and said, you guys can leave me off. And to give other people. So now I want to put them on there to be like, you don't control us and control this list. But, maybe he does at this point. Maybe he's running the whole show.
Yeah.
He's inside of our heads swimming around. Because my initial reaction is, he's due to come off there because he hasn't done anything above and beyond what he normally does. He has a great role here. He comes in, he fires up the troops on Fridays now, and he's been doing Thursday, Friday.
I'm not giving him credit for thinking that far ahead, but it was funny that he says, "Oh, take me off the list. Too many other people don't get to be on there." The one time we left him off the top 10, he threw a fit.
He threw an absolute hissy fit.
Yeah, so I think he was just trying to get ahead of the curve this time, knowing eventually he's going to be off.
But now I just want to spite him. I want to spite him and put him on there, which again, he wins.
Yeah. Speaking of spiting, I think Josh Dale needs to be mentioned because he does not want to be on this list. I want to put
Josh Dale number 6. I think, he's been in here a lot. We like him. We like his story. Obviously, military hero, not only in the Army, but the Marines. I mean,
got
just
a nice old car he's working on.
Never made the list, won a trophy. Let's keep his role going because he came in here the other day. He was able to finally meet Richard Paul. He's heard that story. I know that was very inspiring to him. He got one of the F suicide boxes, which he really wanted one of those. He, of course, in the military, he's had some issues with some friends, some close friends committing suicide. It's very personal to him. On the same day, he had gone and he left the car show to come up here and be part of the Richard thing. Well, lo and behold, his car wins a trophy, second place in his category. Let's keep things going for him. So he makes number 6. Number 6. All right. Who else do we think here? Miramonte, you got to talk about him.
And Wayne Van Sluis. I think those two are
7 and 8. Who goes where? 7 or 8?
I don't know. They've been in here at the same time before. That they're both like Friday regulars. Like
both entertaining when they're here.
Both have brought whiskey in for us to drink. Nice dispenser. So that can't be like the tiebreaker or anything. Ooh.
Too bad we can't make them a couple, but
no. What do you think?
Let's just go alphabetical.
Alphabetical. So Bob Miramonte, Wayne Van Sluis. That means we got 2 spots left. So let's go over who's still out here now. So you got new guy. You got Clayton Seebacher, the Monicas, Van Scoik, Kyle Neely, certainly a great customer, regular, the Hatches, James Kelly and Clint Lee, Kristen Wall, Tony Vitale, Cop Ken, Jody Stone, Steinkamp, and that's it. That's who we have left for those 2 spots.
That's a rough batch there.
Uh-huh.
I'm going to nominate Kyle.
Kyle.
Again, he's always entertaining, usually self-deprecating. Doesn't mind us making fun of him. He may have bought the most individual different bottles.
Yeah.
He's a big time supporter. Again, we don't do it because of that, but it's also he does definitely support the shop here and does everything. He comes to classes and stuff like that. It seems like a lot of times he's getting in trouble for doing so.
Yeah.
He's dealing with his wife being like, "You're going up there again." So we got to put our neck out of the line for him a little bit, even though this means someone's going to get ticked off. And I think. I'm looking at this. I think it's Darren's turn to.
Oh, no. I did it last month.
How it worked out is you. So here's who you got. You got new guy, if you want to do a funny one. You got Clayton Seebacher, just a brand new father again, baby number 2. Our friends, the Monicas, Van Scoik, the Hatches, James and Clint, Kristen Wall, Tony Vitale, Cop Ken, Jody Stone, and Steinkamp. Wow. What are you going to do?
Just not answer. We're going to sit here in silence for the rest of the show until someone else says something. Since this unfortunate task always falls to me.
Yeah.
I think.
Yes.
I'm going to have to go. I'm thinking one of the groups of people. One of the 2 peoples.
Okay.
Just because there's 2 of them and that's a stronger case.
It's less people mad at him.
Yeah, it's less people mad at me.
Less people mad at you, yeah.
And I think I'm going to have to go with the boiled peanut family themselves, the Monicas.
The Monicas.
Love boiled peanuts.
The Monicas. All right. I don't know how you can love boiled peanuts.
I don't either.
It's just mush. It's warm mush is what it is. Horrible, horrible stuff. All right. So there you go. Our top 10 looks like this. Chris Schott, Mike Folk, Spencer, Evan Neaters, Kathy Cool, Josh Dale, Bob Miramonte, Wayne Van Sluis, Kyle Neely, and the Monicas. There you go. Congratulations to all of those that made it. Congratulations to anybody who made the top 20. I know it can be angering that you didn't make it. You're so close, but you know what? It's pretty special to make the top 20, and congrats on that. And hopefully next month is your month. All right, we'll wrap this one up as we always do by talking about where people can find us. Darren, we'll start with you.
You can find me 5 days a week at the ABV Barrel Shop, also on Instagram at The Bourbon Adventures.
All right, Jim.
Find me on Facebook at Jim Fosnot, on Instagram at FozJim, or hanging out most days here at the ABV Barrel Shop in Arnold, Missouri.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find. I'm at Steve Akeley on Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website. That thing's abvnetwork.com. Check that out. Everything that we do is out there. Previous shows, blogs, so much more, abvnetwork.com. Come by and see us. As the other guys mentioned, ABV Barrel Shop, we're doing fun stuff. Sometimes we're even doing podcasts. So come in, check that out. We are online, abvbarrelshop.com. At a minimum, sign up for our email and text distribution. That'd be great. If you like the show, give us a 5-star review with comments. It helps new people find the show. We always find that's pretty darn important to us. And get involved. Patreon.com/the ABV Network. Well, there you go. There's the show. Congrats to all, and we will talk to you tomorrow. See ya.
Bye, y'all.
Cheers.
Peace. Before we finish the show, let's talk about some of the great companies that support the ABV network. First up is Moonshine Still Pro. Moonshine Still Pro is owned and operated by Russell Creed, who makes stills for the hobby distiller. He offers a one-stop shop for everything the at-home distiller needs. Whether it's a small, experimental stovetop still or something bigger you run outside, he has the still or parts you would have difficulty fabricating yourself if you were trying to build a DIY still project. Additionally, he has resources to assist in creating unique distilled spirits, including heirloom grains, barrels for aging, and recipes. Check out Russell's company online at moonshinestillpro.com. Finally, I have a question for you. Have you ever boxed a bear? Of course not. That'd be silly. Bears really don't follow the rules, so shots in the back of the head, punches to the nuts, and scrums after the bell would be the norm. A better idea would be to enjoy Boxing Bear Whiskey, a brand crafted by Nobleton's Distilling House in Union, Missouri, and sold exclusively at the ABV Barrel Shop in suburban St. Louis. This is a popular offering that sells out quickly, but when you're in town, stop by the ABV Barrel Shop and see if they have it in stock. Better yet, sign up for their email and text distribution over at abvbarrelshop.com, and you'll know exactly when it is in stock. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening, and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.